Imagine you're walking through your garage, opening an old dusty drawer. You're looking for batteries or maybe an old screwdriver, but instead, you find a penny. A 1960 D Lincoln Memorial penny. You brush it off, shrug, and think, it's just a cent. But what if I told you that little coin could be worth $1.6 million? Let that sink in. 1 cent. One tiny copper coin. A millionaire's ticket in disguise. Now hold on, I get it. You're skeptical. That sounds like a lottery ticket story. But unlike the lottery, this is rooted in real, tangible American history and a coin market that's booming louder than ever. Today, I'm taking you deep into the story of the 1960 D Lincoln Memorial penny. We'll uncover why it's commanding over $1 million in value, how to identify if you have one of the rare ones, and how you could sell it for life-changing wealth. But I need to warn you, not all 1960 D pennies are valuable. Some are just pocket change, some are your early retirement, some are everything, and here's where the fear kicks in. Most people toss this penny into a jar without ever realizing they've thrown away $1 million. Let me ask you something ridiculous. If your future mansion, Ferrari, and freedom all depended on a coin sitting under your couch cushions, would you start looking, or keep watching TV? Stick around, because this isn't just a video, this is a wake-up call. Let's take a step back to the year 1960. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. America was thriving. But beneath the surface of the booming post-war economy, something tiny, almost invisible, was being minted by the millions in Denver, Colorado, the 1960 D Lincoln Memorial penny. Now here's where things get interesting. You see, in 1960, the U.S. Mint released two varieties of this penny, the small date and the large date. Both were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. But the Denver small date? That's the unicorn. Only a limited number of these were ever produced before the die was changed. And as the years passed, many were lost in circulation, melted down, or simply forgotten. That's what makes them so rare and so valuable. And now let's get technical for a second, but don't worry, I'll make this simple. Look at the 1960. If the 9 and 6 are tall and narrow, and the 0 is oval, you've got a small date, then check the mint mark below the date. If there's a D, congratulations, you just passed step 1 of the millionaire test, because the real jackpot is in the double die or proof like striking. Some of these 1960 D small date pennies have doubling in the date or Lincoln's profile, and when collectors see that, they open their checkbooks fast. In fact, one pristine version sold at auction for $1.6 million. Now you're probably asking, let me tell you something strange. Many people have found these pennies without knowing what they were. One man in Ohio found one mixed in a bag of wheat pennies from his grandfather's collection. He thought it was junk until he got it graded. Another lady in Arizona pulled one from a vending machine return slot. She nearly threw it away until she saw a YouTube video just like this one. The truth is, we're surrounded by money, we're just not trained to see it, and that's where opportunity lives, in the blind spots. Let's get into the action steps. First, grab a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Inspect every 1960 penny you own, especially those with a D mint mark. Second, separate the small date from the large date. If you're unsure, compare online images or use coin identification apps. But nothing beats the naked eye and a little patience. Third, once you suspect you have the right one, don't clean it. That's right, do not clean the coin. It can reduce the value drastically. Fourth, get it graded. Use professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. This is where your investment gets authenticated and where your coin could be appraised into 6 or even 7 figures. Fifth, once graded, consider your options. Sell at auction through Heritage or Stacksbowers, use coin expos or online marketplaces, but with caution. Now, here's something most people don't know. Yes, whispers in the coin community of even rarer 1960 D era pennies still out there. A batch believed to have been misplaced during transport between the Denver Mint and Federal Reserve banks. If even one of those turns up, its value could eclipse everything we've seen before. So keep your eyes open. Because while others are watching stock tickers or cryptographs, you could be sitting on a piece of American history. We're not just talking about coins. We're talking about freedom, about retiring early, about proving that the old junk drawer in your kitchen wasn't just full of junk, it was full of gold. If this video just opened your eyes, then do something with that awareness. Subscribe to this channel right now for more insights on coins worth thousands, and sometimes millions. Hit the like button if you're ready to start your own search, and drop a comment below if you've ever found an old coin that made your heart skip. Wealth doesn't always come with a paycheck. Sometimes it comes with a penny. Stay sharp, stay curious, and most of all, stay looking. What if I told you that sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer is a penny so rare, it's worth more than a Ferrari, more than your house, more than most people earn in their lifetime. Yes, I'm talking about a 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny, and one recently shocked collectors with a staggering market value of $1.7 million. Or are they just lying there, forgotten, collecting dust while their value quietly explodes? Today, you're going to hear the full story. A story of a penny no one expected to be special, a mistake from the US Mint that created millionaires, and how this very coin could be hiding in plain sight in your home. The year was 1982. The US economy was still recovering from a brutal recession. Interest rates were high, and inflation was eating away at people's savings. To cut costs, the US Mint made a bold change. They transitioned from copper-based pennies to a cheaper composition, copper-plated zinc. Now here's where the story gets juicy. In the middle of this transition, the mint produced two types of 1982 pennies: of the older, heavier copper pennies, the newer, lighter zinc pennies. But here's the twist: some of those coins were minted without a mint mark, and even worse, or better, depending on your perspective, some of them were copper when they weren't supposed to be. Only a few of these 1982 no mint mark, copper composition Lincoln Memorial pennies were released. They were never meant to exist. That's right, the US Mint accidentally let a handful of rare coins slip through. And now, 40 years later, those mistakes are worth more than gold. Before we dive into how to identify your hidden fortune, let's answer the question on everyone's mind. It was struck with no mint mark, which already makes it unique. It has the old copper composition, even though by mid-1982, production was supposed to switch to zinc. Only a few of these have ever been confirmed to exist. The known verified specimens have fetched hundreds of thousands at auctions, and recently, one pristine copy crossed the $1.7 million threshold. And now for the twist: there may be more out there, untouched, unnoticed, just sitting in someone's childhood coin jar or granddad's attic box. Maybe even in your pocket change right now. Let's be real for a second. Have you ever dropped a penny, looked down, and thought, not worth picking up? Well, congratulations, you may have accidentally kicked away a luxury yacht. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Get a simple digital scale. If your 1982 no mint mark penny hits around 3.11 grams, you might be holding coppery. Flip it. Look under the date. No mint mark? You're still in the game, but if your coin matches the traits, it's time to call in the pros, PCGS or NGC. They'll grade and certify your coin. Once verified, you don't just sell this on eBay, you contact an auction house, Heritage, Stacksbowers, and prepare for headlines. This is bigger than just a single coin. This is about transformation. Thousands of people across the country are waking up to the treasure hidden in their homes. Some are cashing out and buying homes mortgage-free, others are funding retirement, travel dreams, or helping their kids through college. You might be one coin away from your own financial breakthrough. But here's the thing: most people will hear this, feel a little spark of curiosity, then go right back to scrolling their phones. They'll miss the opportunity, because opportunity doesn't knock. It whispers. You find the penny. You get it verified. You list it, and suddenly, your name is in headlines. The media calls. Collectors bid, you get offers you never dreamed of, but it only happens if you take action. Well, in 2019, a 1982 D small day copper penny sold for over $18,000, and that wasn't even the no mint mark version. So yes, this is real, and yes, it can happen to you. The wealthy don't just work hard. They recognize value where others see nothing. So stop overlooking those coins in the cup holder, stop tossing your change in a jar and forgetting it, and start thinking like a collector, like a treasure hunter, like someone ready to live life on your terms, because wealth isn't just earned, sometimes it's found. If this video inspired you, if you're ready to start hunting for the forgotten fortunes in your home, do this now. Subscribe, because every week, we uncover more coins worth thousands, sometimes millions, and show you how to find them, identify them, and sell them for top dollar. Turn on notifications. Don't let opportunity pass you by again. And if you've got a story, a coin you think might be the one, you share it in the comments below. Your journey to wealth doesn't start at a bank, it starts with a penny. What if I told you that a tiny copper coin sitting in your old junk drawer could be your $1 million ticket to freedom? Yes, point one simple penny, dull, scratched, forgotten, and yet this very coin could be worth $1.8 million, not gold, not silver. We're talking about the 1970 D Lincoln Memorial penny, the one most people spent on bubblegum or tossed in a tip jar. Right now, as you're watching this, collectors and investors are hunting it down like modern-day treasure hunters. The race is on, and it's not slowing down, because if you do, your entire financial future could change today. And hey, before you go flipping every coin under your couch cushions, let's break down why this little penny has become a giant in the coin world. It's not just about copper. It's about opportunity and the people who seized it. It's 1970. Gas costs 36 cents a gallon. Nixon's in office. And the Denver Mint is pumping out pennies like clockwork. Point one batch, one specific run of 1970 Lincoln Memorial pennies came out with a minting error so rare, it turned heads across the nation. A double die outburst. That's right, Lincoln's image and the date were subtly doubled during the strike, but it wasn't just any doubling, it was bold, clear, dramatic. Even to the untrained eye, you could see it, that tiny imperfection. It became a massive payday, but here's where it gets exciting. Out of the billions of pennies produced that year, only a tiny handful have this specific error, and fewer still are in high-grade condition. Point one of them sold for $1.8 million. A coin once worth 1 cent is now worth more than some luxury homes, because rarity, demand, and condition collided in a perfect storm, and just like that, the 1970 penny became a millionaire maker. Well, what if that penny could pay for your back surgery and a beachfront vacation? Most people miss opportunity because they're not trained to see it. They throw away what could have been their breakthrough because it looked ordinary. You're here now. You're listening, and that already sets you apart. Now let's dive into how to spot the $1 million 1970 penny before someone else cashes in on yours. And trust me, the key details are so subtle, if you blink, you'll miss them. Look just under the date. It must be clearly marked with a D. Denver Mint. Look closely at the 1970. You'll see visible shadows behind each number, especially on the 7. If you notice doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust, that's even better. If your coin's in uncirculated or near mint condition, meaning no deep scratches, no work, you've got a hot contender. Collectors pay more for the bright, red copper finish. A red 1970 doubled die in pristine condition? Jackpot, get it certified. Send it to PCGS or NGC, two of the top grading services. They'll verify its authenticity and give it a grade. A high grade can launch its value into the $1 million zone. Even low-grade examples of this error penny have fetched thousands, because even a worn, circulated version could still fund your next big move. Imagine walking into a coin shop with a penny you found in a jar, and walking out with enough money to pay off your mortgage. Or buy that dream car. Or finally retire and live the life you were meant to live. It's happened. Just ask the retired mechanic from Kansas who found one in a box of old change in 2018. He was. Imagine walking past a coin jar on your shelf every day, never realizing it holds a penny worth $1.9 million. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that a simple 1978 Lincoln penny, one you may have spent on a pack of gum, could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle? Stay with me, because in the next 40 minutes, you're going to learn why this humble copper coin could turn your life around. We'll uncover its secrets, reveal what makes it so valuable, and I'll even show you how to tell if you have one. So before you toss the change in the vending machine again, this could be the biggest mistake of your financial life. Let's dive into a story that could change everything. Let me take you back to a chilly afternoon in Colorado Springs, 2022. A retired Navy mechanic named Joe sat in his garage sorting through an old coffee can of coins. He wasn't a collector. He wasn't even looking for treasure. He just wanted to roll some pennies for the bank. A 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny. At first glance, it looked like any other. But the color felt different, the edges sharper. And there was something about the D mint mark that looked off. Curious, he posted a picture online. Within an hour, numismatists were messaging him nonstop. A week later, it was authenticated. 2 months later, it sold at auction for over $1.9 million. He's now debt-free, owns a lakeside home in Michigan, and volunteers at a local youth center. Now let me ask you something. So what made Joe's penny so valuable? And could yours be just like it? Let's look at the factors behind this $1 million miracle. This isn't just about age. The 1978 Lincoln penny is special for several powerful reasons. Let's break them down. The D mint mark on Joe's coin was misaligned. Minting errors like double strikes, off-center mint marks, or filled dies can increase value by hundreds of thousands. Though 1978 pennies were made mostly of copper, some rare errors were minted using experimental alloys. These off-metal strikes are the holy grail of penny collectors. They are virtually untraceable unless you weigh and inspect each coin carefully. A fun fact break: did you know a 1974 aluminum penny once went for over $250,000? Now imagine what a 1978 copper zinc blend error would fetch. A penny in mint state condition, especially MS67 or higher, is extraordinarily rare. These are coins that never saw a pocket, a wallet, or a piggy bank. If you've got rolls from the 70s untouched by time, congratulations. You might just be sitting on a fortune. Here's where it gets exciting. As more collectors and investors pour money into rare coins, prices explode. What was worth $50,000 5 years ago is crossing the $1 million mark today. Coins authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC always sell higher. No grading? No sale. Simple as that. But a certified high-grade 1978 D penny? That's how you break into the $1 million club. Cliffhanger transition. But wait, what if I told you there's an even rarer version of the 1978 D penny? One so elusive that only 3 are known to exist. Some 1978 D pennies were accidentally struck on foreign planchets. These coins are lighter, slightly off in color, and make a faint ping sound when dropped. They're almost mythical. Yet, when they appear, collectors go wild. One sold privately for over $1.9 million to a tech CEO with a passion for U.S. history. Date must be sharp and clear. D mint mark must show signs of doubling or misplacement. Weight should be precisely 3.11 grams, or slightly off for errors. Got one that matches? Stop what you're doing and get it graded. The coin market is hot right now. Demand is rising, and rare pennies are selling faster than ever. In this window, hesitation equals loss. That penny you ignore today could fund your retirement tomorrow. Don't run to a pawn shop. Contact a reputable dealer. Get your coin authenticated. Use auction houses like Heritage or Stacksbowers for high-end sales. Don't undersell yourself. If you've got a treasure, treat it like one. This isn't just about pennies. It's about potential. It's about shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. That small coin could mean big change. But only if you act. This is your moment. Dig through that drawer. Check those old jars. Ask your relatives if they've got coins from the 70s. Because treasure isn't buried in the ground anymore. It's hidden in plain sight. Before you go, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We uncover $1 million coins every week. You won't want to miss what's coming next. You could be one coin away from the life you've always dreamed of. Imagine this: you walk past an old jar of pennies sitting on a dusty shelf, and nothing special, right? But inside, hidden in plain sight, is a coin worth $1 million. Yes. $1 million. Now pause for a second. How many pennies have you handed over without a second thought? How many hidden fortunes have slipped through your fingers? Today, we reveal the truth about one of the most overlooked coins in American history, the 1987 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny. It could be in your drawer, your glove box, even that old shoebox in your attic, and it's worth up to $1 million. If a stranger handed you a penny and said it might make you rich, would you laugh in their face or listen? Because after this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. You're about to learn how a simple coin, overlooked for decades, turned everyday people into millionaires. You'll learn what makes the 1987 no mint mark penny so valuable, how to identify the real treasure, and most importantly, how to cash in on it. We're not here to play with dreams. We're here to wake you up to reality. A wealthy lifestyle is not just for the few, it's for the focused. This coin might be your invitation. And here's the terrifying truth: most people who find rare coins never realize it. They toss them into vending machines, lose them in car seats, or give them away without knowing what they've done. Let's make sure you never make that mistake again. Alright, now let's get into the heart of this mystery. In 1987, the Philadelphia Mint released Lincoln pennies with no mint mark. That's normal. Philadelphia coins often have no mark. But here's the twist: a small number of these 1987 pennies were struck with critical die errors and composition variations. Some were double struck. Others featured off-center alignment. A few had metallic inconsistencies, and these are the $1 million beauties. They didn't look like much, but collectors know better. To the trained eye, these coins are whispers from history, forged in rare conditions, escaping the quality controls of the U.S. Mint, and they are out there still. In circulation, in homes, possibly even in your pocket. Here, take this boring penny. But what if that penny is silently screaming, "I'm worth a fortune, help me"? Now who's laughing? No mint mark. Check under the date. If it's blank, you're still in the game. Look for clean, bold impressions of Lincoln's features and the lettering. Some valuable errors have a satiny or mirror-like finish. Use a magnifier. Look at the date, Liberty, or Lincoln's eye for double images. Anything off alignment is worth checking. Grab a digital scale. If the penny weighs 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams, you might be holding a copper transitional error. And that is huge because nothing's worse than discovering gold and giving it away for bronze. Once you find a potential match, don't run straight to the pawn shop, contact PCGS or NGC, the top coin grading services. Front, back, close up, natural light. Never sell coins on impulse. No DMs, no fast cash offers. Protect your fortune. Look into heritage auctions or Stacksbowers. The coin market thrives on buzz. If your coin is special, let collectors know. Your cousin Larry who collects Pokemon cards doesn't count as an expert. This is your moment, the right coin and the right knowledge, and now, the right strategy. We're not just talking about selling a coin, we're talking about rewriting your story. Let me tell you a quick story. A man in Ohio found a penny while walking his dog. Just a dirty little coin near a sidewalk crack. He tossed it in a dish, forgot about it for 3 years. His grandson cleaned it up, spotted a double die and a misstrike. They sent it in. It graded out at MS66 red. Guess what? That penny sold for just under $1 million. He paid his mortgage. His grandson got a college fund. That sidewalk penny became a family legacy. Right now, millions of Americans are waking up to the idea that wealth isn't locked in stock markets or real estate deals. Sometimes, it's sitting in your kitchen drawer. There are more out there. The next one found could be yours. The longer you wait, the more disappear. Collectors are hunting them down. Fast, start looking through your change. Dig out your old jars, use what you've learned today, and if you want more hidden coin secrets like this, rare finds that could unlock your financial freedom, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. Share this with someone who still thinks pennies are worthless. This is not a hobby, this is a hidden world of wealth. You've just taken the first step, now go find your treasure. And remember, some of the richest people didn't chase millions, they found them in the places no one else looked. What if I told you that hiding in your old coffee can, buried under years of pocket change, lies a small copper coin that could flip your entire financial life upside down? No, this isn't some late-night infomercial or a treasure map from a movie. We're talking about a real penny, minted in 1969, with a small letter D right under the date. A penny so rare and valuable, it's now worth $1.1 million. Yes. 1 cent is now worth more than your house. Good. You're paying attention, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the 1969 D. Lincoln Memorial penny, the mistakes that make it a millionaire maker, and how to tell if you're sitting on a fortune. But before we dive in, I have to warn you, by the end of this video, you might find yourself tearing your couch apart, searching your car's cup holders, and eyeballing your childhood piggy bank like it owes you rent. The year is 1969. Man walks on the moon. Woodstock changes music forever. And deep in the Denver Mint, something small, very small, goes terribly wrong. A batch of Lincoln Memorial pennies was struck with a very rare die error. Some experts believe these were proof dies intended for another facility, accidentally used in Denver's circulation batch. A coin with perfect details, sharp text, and a doubling on the obverse side, most noticeably in the word Liberty, the date, and even the motto "In God We Trust," known as a 1969 D double die obverse. This tiny mistake turned into a multi-million-dollar legend. But here's the twist, and here comes the fear: most of these coins were destroyed. That's right. The US Mint caught the error early and ordered destruction. But some slipped through. A few found their way into pockets, into jars, into your dad's change tray, into that coin jar you never touched again after 1993. And here's the scary part: you might have one right now and not even know it. Good. That's the feeling of opportunity. And you're not alone now. Let me guess, you're sitting there wondering, wait, why didn't I save every penny I ever touched? Hey, don't beat yourself up. If that were the case, every sock drawer in America would be worth more than the stock market. But now that you know, there's no going back. Let's talk about what to look for. To identify a 1969 D. Lincoln penny worth millions, here's your checklist. Number 1, the coin must have a D mint mark under the year. That means it came from Denver. And number 2, look for clear signs of doubling. The letters LIBRTY will appear almost 3D. The word trust will look ghosted. And the numbers in the date will appear split or shadowed. Number 3, condition is critical. If you find one, don't clean it, don't rub it, don't even sneeze near it. Leave it in its original state and store it safely, then get it professionally graded. And here's the kicker: coins like this, when authenticated, have fetched between $350,000 to over $1.1 million at auctions. Let that sink in. From 1 cent to millionaire, some fakes are out there. Some dealers try to pass off common doubling for the real thing. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to avoid getting scammed, where to sell your coin, and the 3 biggest mistakes that cost collectors thousands of dollars. But first, a quick story. A man named Carl from Kansas found a 1969 D penny in a dusty old cigar box his grandfather left behind. Thought it was junk. He almost gave it to his grandson for a school project, but something about the coin felt different. Long story short, he sent it to a professional coin grading service. Weeks later, that same penny sold for over $900,000 at auction. Carl paid off his mortgage, bought his wife a new car, and now spends his retirement teaching others about rare coins online. Sometimes, treasure isn't buried. It's just forgotten, and if Carl can turn a penny into a legacy, why not you? Here's the truth: most people will never know what's hidden in their change. They'll keep tossing pennies aside, thinking they're worthless. You know what to look for. You know how to check it. You know that the 1969 D Lincoln Memorial penny might just be the single most profitable thing you ever find in your home. Coins get damaged. They get lost. They get tossed into vending machines and vanish forever. Step 1: gather your old coins. Every jar, drawer, box, or bag. Step 2: sort them by date. Look for 1969 D. Step 3: check for doubling. And if you're unsure, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Yes, it costs a little. But what's a small fee compared to $1 million payout? And if you do find one, protect it, insure it, and celebrate, because you just unlocked what most people never will of the hidden wealth of American history. And before you run off and check your coin jar, in the next video, I'm revealing a 1972 penny worth over $1.3 million that's even easier to find than the 1969 D. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon so you don't miss another rare coin that could change your life. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who still thinks pennies are worthless. This is more than coin collecting, this is wealth. This is history. This is your opportunity. I'm here to help you claim it. Stay curious. Stay relentless, and remember, sometimes the biggest fortunes come in the smallest packages. Have you ever tossed a penny into a jar, without knowing you might have just thrown away over $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single 2014 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark is turning everyday Americans into millionaires overnight. And no, this isn't a fairy tale. It's cold, hard, copper-coated truth. So before you sweep those coins into the Coinstar machine, stop. Because what's hiding in your spare change could be the key to a richer, freer life. Well, keep watching, because today we're unlocking the secret behind a seemingly ordinary 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that's quietly shattering auction records across the country. This isn't just a coin. It's a gateway to in fact, by the time we're done, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. Let's start with a simple truth: most people think all modern pennies are worthless. That's exactly what they want you to think. The 2014 Lincoln Memorial penny was the final stretch of an era that dates all the way back to 1959. By 2014, most of these pennies were mass-produced and made from copper-plated zinc. Cheap. Common. Forgettable, but not all of them. Here's where things take a turn. Some 2014 no-mint mark pennies were struck using experimental planchets or faulty dies. These coins are known as error coins, and that's where the gold, well, copper, is buried. A 2014 penny with a double die obverse, where the lettering and Lincoln's image are doubled due to a die misalignment. Over $150,000, that's just for one of them, but there's more. Another variant has what experts call a struck-through error, where debris got in the way of the strike, creating bizarre, ghost-like textures across Lincoln's face. That coin sold for over $240,000. But wait for it, there's a third version. A single 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with reverse die cracks, doubling, and a perfectly centered off-strike sold at a private auction for $1.2 million. Because it's unique, collectors crave rarity, flaws, and anomalies, and the rarer the coin, the bigger the payday. When's the last time a mistake at your job made you over $1 million? In coin collecting, imperfection is profit. Now, maybe you're thinking, that's cool and all, but how can I know if my coin is worth anything? Doubling on Liberty, Date, or In God We Trust off-center strike, usually between 5% to 75%. Reverse die cracks, look closely near the Lincoln Memorial. Struck-through errors, weird lines, missing features, or ghosting high luster with uncirculated or mint-state quality. Rely on your eyes alone. Use a 60x LED jeweler's loupe and examine under proper light. But what if I told you that you could check these coins and list them for thousands today without even leaving your couch? You found a penny with one of those traits. Now what? Take clear, close-up pictures of both sides of the coin, email or send them to certified graders like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is everything. If it's real, the value jumps dramatically. Grading determines the condition and market value. Coins rated MS65 or higher are gold mines. Think of it like real estate appraisal, but for tiny metal legends. Go public on auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers, or list it through coin dealers and collectors networks who'll pay top dollar for verified errors. The right error coin isn't a penny, it's a ticket to a 6 or even 7-figure windfall. Tell that to the man who sold his 2014 penny from his glove box for $1.20 million. True story. He found it while cleaning out his car. The point is, you don't have to earn $1 million anymore. Sometimes, you just need to recognize it. What if I told you the 2014 penny is just one of dozens of modern coins quietly racking up wealth under our noses? That your junk drawer might be your most valuable asset, that your childhood coin jar might hold the retirement plan you've been praying for. You might be one coin away from a completely different life. So here's what you need to do today: go check your drawers, grab that jar of coins, dig through the cup holder in your car. You're not just hunting for a penny, you're chasing a legacy. One coin can change your life. One coin can break the cycle. So don't wait. Don't second guess. Because while others are busy ignoring their change, you could be cashing in and rewriting your story. And if you want more secrets, more hidden $1 million coins, more ways to turn spare change into serious wealth, subscribe.